Hello everyone, and welcome back to Stormblood through Shadowbringer Story Recap Streams with me, Firemac, for Final Fantasy 14. And we're going hard because we're not stopping. We is not stopping. Storm on the horizon. The power is on the move, and he would not be caught on the back foot. While you were out searching for Jifuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial airship has been sighted over Doman soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yotsuo, or a prelude to an invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Fluminis. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride out in force, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. You giddy, Firemac? Can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Hi. Silent nod. Justice! Alize and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We would be glad of your of the help. You're acquainted with Hakudu, I believe. Then I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. When the people see an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well, we shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yotsuya. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray, stay close to Firemac and Yugiri! I never could find a good voice for Gotsetsu. Well, well, guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I've seen it all. To Castrum Fluminis, then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is. How quickly everyone forgets that Gotsetsu is nursing freaking bullet wounds. We did see him get shot. Like that's not a secret. We saw him get shot. He may have survived getting crushed, but he's still got freaking bullets in him. Alright, so Castrum, Fluminis, all the way over there. So this means we gotta go here. Actually, well, I already teleported here. It might have been quicker to actually go to Doman Enclave. Not sure what that sound was. I think it was something. I think something just got moved a little too hard, quickly by accident. I went too far. I almost went to the player thinking they were the objective. This area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum. Is this where we get to meet the guy? Oh, oops. Slight spoiler. It's a guy. There's something on my face, is there?
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Dormans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Reconnoiter. Alright, cool. So I didn't say that word wrong.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Dorman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
Yeah, okay, so I guess I spoiled that. It's definitely a he. Sorry.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Dorma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sas Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
Asahi Sas Brutus.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady. It is true, the former acting viceroy is my sister, yet bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, his radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Dorma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yugiri, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuka Manor docks and see that the ferries are ready. Yeah, it's just so quiet all of a sudden. Not even yes sir or anything. Alright, so I gotta go there now. Alright. So that was Asahi. Yep, I won't say anything about Asahi. Nothing at all. Even though I would love to say something right now. But I can't. I must not. I must resist the urge. You must, guys, whoever's watching, you must continue watching and find out for yourselves. You know, if you like it, like it. Okay. Okay, alright, okay. Oh yeah, alright, okay, oh yeah, alright, okay, oh yeah. Alright, okay, alright, oh yeah, okay, alright, You giddy! Lord Hien and I will accompany Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak to the boatman and join us on the other side. Do I have to? I mean, I could just teleport there. I have to teleport already. Okay. Guess I shall be doing it by myself. Yay, now it actually looks like what it's supposed to look like. So now I can just go here and be like boop 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 yonk. And now I'm there. It's like it was magic. Lord Hien. There you are, Firemac. So first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say, I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We have an Earth right now, courtesy of the Onishisu. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has a word of light seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. But on the matter at hand, the ambassador and his Ritune are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I'm not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphino and Alice will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come. I'll be there. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there. Oh, I'll be there. I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me at the humble abode, the Kienkan. The guardsmen will see you in. Yeah. Hey, it's our little wolf boy. What's up, Hakudo? You are tall as heck. Thanks to Master Alphino and Mistress Alzay's assurances, the people are reacting calmly to Imperial presence. Lord Hien's expecting you. May I show you in? Yes, you may show me to the Kienkan. 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 If it's voice, I'm gonna mute myself, regardless. I'm pretty sure it's voice, though. Okuro?
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Doma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. in his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Dorma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgians' practice of it, his radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Dorma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now, there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe, and I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange. Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests.
Honored guess, huh?
Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
Woo! Okay, cool, awesome. Alright, Hien, what's up? More cutscenes? Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? Absolutely not. They had not to gain by divulging the details of their eternal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yasu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like lengthy preamble. You think this might all be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyo may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlemald, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on this matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us to not give it due scrutiny. Indeed, though, it seems I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on the chance to secure their repatriation. Only the kami know when I will be offered another. Repatriation, I think that's what it is. But ere we could continue, should we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come, Firemac, let's leave Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge. Someone is still sore for being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on, keep Alize company. We are safe enough for now. Bum 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 psh dum bam bum psh dum bam bum bum bam bum psh dum bam bum psh dum bam bum psh dum bam bum psh dum bam bum bum bam bum psh dum bam bum. A chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Firemac. Though no weapons are drawn, and negotiating is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word, and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question: what to do while they prattle on? His forgotten home. I'll say pondering how best to make use of your reprieve from the tedium of negotiations. Alright, for want for a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words. It's not as if we'll be missed here, or will we? Firemac, a moment if you would. There's like something bother me like down here. Ah, you giddy. And Asahi, was it? You have some business with Firemac? Business, no. Pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh, is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. Lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not at least to thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin-Val icon. Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? I'm quite sure he'll be safe with you, Yiddy. Come now, Firemac. There is naught else for us to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision. And were we not this moment discussing how best to learn more about the current state of Doma? It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yangsha. Might we start the town of Monzen? I would see that what has become of Doma Castle. Very well, if you will follow me. No, follow me. Follow me. No, you follow me. No, you follow me. You follow me. Follow me. Follow. Speak with Asahi. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Oh, I can't fly. Why did I think? Why did I think I was safe over there? I mean, I could fly here. It looks exactly like the other place, right? So I gotta go to the House of the Fierce. We're actually almost done with this patch, so I feel like something's gonna give that's gonna make this longer than I want it to be. Nay, can this truly be Monzen, home of the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yatsuya intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her satire served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up in protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course, it would have a better view of what remains of the castle. We must proceed through the ruins. What is this? Oh, it's the gazelle. It's my coat that made me think the gazelle had like some little extra wings on the back there. Which made me extra confused. It is a travesty. A travesty! I remember the keep being so beautiful in the light of the setting sun. One would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives. Spoken as a true popularis, the needs of the people must, of course, come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to seeing how they live firsthand? To Mycena, the village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you will follow me, I will ready our boat. All the way back to the boat. Oh, it's battle time. Ready to cast off? Wonder who we're fighting. Ooh.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble.
How convenient it's the red Kojin.
Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
What are you swinging at, man? Freaking Kojin? Get your eyes checked.
Away with you!
It is nothing.
I'm not getting good, I realize it's not three of them. Soft shell of the red. We tried these things. Where are the reinforcements?
Leave this to me.
Give me oil and send reinforcements quickly.
An opening. The art of my forebears.
Realized I had access to the other one. Oh, that's right, it was an AoE one. Line AoE, I mean. Oh my god, they're still coming. Oh no, I will draw away their reinforcements. Yeah, we did it. Even these simple ones are taking a little longer.
That seems to be the last of them.
Oof.
You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
I think it's the first time we heard her voice.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
Indeed.
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
Nah, about that. True reform can only come from within.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
Why had to bring up Ishgard, man? Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action. And few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least, few who live to tell the tale. A guilty conscience. Asahi has had his fill of adventure for one day. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord? What of the Namai? You seem so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of the Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would. And with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. So you're over there. Okay, cool. So what you're asking me to do is to travel all the way over there when I can just go to the Doma Enclave right now and then go back to the One River. And I'm sure we're gonna go right back. Wait, what? Oh, game! You tricked me! You tricksy game! Made me think she was waiting for me right here, when in fact she was in Dome and Enclave all along. Oh my god, I was in a better position to freaking greet her. Oh, look at me wasting time. Well, show me, huh? Think I could be smart, but no, I wasn't smart enough. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go ahead, Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guests. Or guest. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. Welcome back, my friend. Yugiri tells me you accompany her and Asahi on a tour of Yangsha. I had hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Sakazuki. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report. However, I must rely on you to supply the details, so please tell us how it all unfolded. You see, Asahi, being the weirdo he is, wanted to do this and this, and I'm like, what? The Red Kojin here? Have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Only one that I'm aware of. And if they're planning some new venture here in Yangsha, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I'm indebted to you for fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. In the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? He may very well be an honorable man. I still don't think he can be trusted. That one, I don't think he can be trusted. You see the way he talks? Dude freaking talks like he's hiding something devious. The question of what his true intention may be remains. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game, for now at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin. It was that very question in mind that I sought Alphino's console. Thanks to his knowledge of icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you will recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of ether, making subsequent summoning is impossible. Assuming that it is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of Aether, either via the acquisition of the crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends, the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged a closer bond with Bunshin and his people, and with their support, I'm quite confident we can keep the Red from attaining what they require to call upon the Susanoo. And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there's aught we can do to help the popularis garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Yes, of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake which I would see put right. One which has weighed heavy on my mind. What's he talking about? Oh, Yasuo is here. I thought Yasuo was in the Fierce, House of Fierce.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
Uh-oh.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please! What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Garleans shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gorsetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I mean. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade. Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it.
Oh, what did he just say? Oh yeah, because he got fucking. Did you not remember the bullets he took?
It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
Dude's probably slowly dying.